Welcome to a special little streaming event that's impromptu on Altered Confusion because other things kind of blew up in our faces. And this is also being recorded, and hopefully, so maybe you're watching this on YouTube. Maybe. This is a 2-hour, maybe, depends how fast these guys roll through things, a 2-hour maybe event of mergers and acquisitions. It's a little different than the standard game of mergers and acquisitions. You'll see a lot of the same thematic things. All of you guys, my players here, you've all played before. You'll recognize the game in its form that it is, and there's things that will feel very much like M&A, but I did a little thematic thing that I think you guys will latch onto very quickly as far as what's going on, and also as this was for the viewers to be able to latch on very quickly and say, oh, hey, okay, I get what they're doing. And that's one of the things that you do with convention games a lot of times is, you want something that's the player's gonna be able to latch onto immediately. A campaign that takes 4 sessions for the seething hatred of your character to build up and him to build his network of people that he's going to blackmail, and then finally he brings the hammer down. It's hard to do in a 2-hour convention game, so we're doing something a little thematic. But we'll talk about characters. Just because every so often I blank on the name of a skill because they have weird names, and even though I designed them,
Talk to the designer.
Yeah, that's poor design. You might want to do something about that, so I'm going to grab just a character sheet from another playtest, so I've got one handy to look at. Yeah, if you go to nerdburgergames.com, you can, there's information about how to email the designer and tell him that he's terrible at naming things because they're hard to remember. Yeah, speak up. So we've got, I guess we'll just do, you guys all know the game, you're all game for this, you all kind of jumped in. I'm going to do this randomly. I'm not even going to give you guys a choice of characters, I'm just going to kind of mix these all up a little bit. And some of you are going to figure out, like, yeah, roll a die, everybody. Just grab a character. Who's playing Holly? Okay. Tell us about your character.
The character or the movie?
Well, go ahead.
Okay, Holly Gennaro. My quote is, after all your posturing, all your little speeches, you're nothing but a common thief.
So you're playing Holly Gennaro.
Holly is tough, though she doesn't look it. She's a no-nonsense type who can be very focused when the situation calls for it. She's confident in her skill set, though she recognizes her shortcoming and will defer to others when necessary.
Do me a favor,
Yes.
everybody don't read out. At the bottom you've got like a little bit of information about your character that you are to keep secret for the purposes of this game. Just because you are sitting next to other people who might glance over there, you can take that piece of the page and just fold it under so that you don't see it, or fold over the top of it so at some point. Who's playing Harry?
I am.
Charlie's playing Harry.
Yes, and my quote is, hey, what am I, a method actor? Hans, babe, put away the gun. This is radio, not television. My personality is Harry fancies himself as a snoozer. He has an outgoing, though somewhat degrading personality. He exhibits confidence in everything he does, even when he can't back it up.
We're back. So you're playing Harry, who's the poor schlub who tries to
That looks like it's
slide a little bit. Harry is the poor bastard who tries to make nice with Hans Gruber,
Yep.
and gets on the phone with John McClane, and things go poorly for him.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen the movie, sorry, it's 30 years old. Go watch Die Hard.
I'm not a huge fan of number 2, though.
Die Hard with a Vengeance is my favorite.
No, I'm not terribly fond of number 2 either. I enjoyed Die Hard with a Vengeance, though. That was pretty solid.
That is a pretty great one.
Okay.
Live free or die hard.
I guess that'll work okay. Everybody leaning on the table. Who's Joseph?
I don't know it, I'm telling you. Get on a jet to Tokyo and ask the chairman. I'm telling you, you're just going to have to kill me.
If you know the movie, you know that something happens at that moment.
I don't even know what movie I'm from.
He's the boss on Die Hard.
Really?
Yeah, he's the guy that he gets questioned by Hans.
Oh. I remember Hans, but I don't
Yeah,
remember him.
yeah, he's only in the movie briefly.
Okay.
And then our fourth character is
Bud the janitor, whose quote
You
is,
thought it was going to be John McClane!
whose quote is, "I'm Bud, I'm the janitor." And personality projects an aura of confidence, but is afraid of having his secret discovered. Will stop at nothing to protect Preston Steel and its employees.
That's the company we're playing at. Everybody remembers the rules real quick. Every one of your skills has a die type associated with it. That's your skill die. When you want to make a skill check, you roll your skill die along with a D6 synergy die of a different color. You add the two together, and that's what you're hitting for a target number. Base target number 7 goes up from there for more difficult tasks. Your areas of expertise, you've got 4 of them. They are re-rolls. So once per session, you can use each one of those one time to re-roll one or multiple dice, whichever ones you want for the purposes, as long as the area of expertise fits what it is you're trying to do. Wellness, everybody starts with 5. Wits, everybody starts with 5. Those are your physical and mental health scores. And everybody will start with 3 synergy points, and those, of course, you can spend for a number of things. Primarily, you spend synergy points to give yourself an additional synergy die, which you roll along with your other dice, and you take the better of the 2 synergy dice. And everybody remembers that if you make the roll, if you succeed and you roll a 6 on your synergy die, it's a boon, something good happens for you. And if you fail on the check and you roll a 1 on the synergy die, then it is a botch, and I will describe some horrible circumstance that befalls your character. If I can't think of anything good off the top of my head, you'll somehow injure yourself.
Based on prior experience, it will probably happen to Andy's character the most.
Yeah.
We're going.
These are 2 botch matches.
Paul is definitely dying.
We're going to play. There's an alternate rule in the game for cinematic healing, which is the healing won't be spread out as much as that is normally in a game, where it takes a little longer to heal up from stuff because we're going to kind of go action-packed cinematic style and kind of roll through everything. And what happens is, after every major encounter, if you've taken damage, you heal back all but 1 of the damage that you've taken. So you'll slowly dwindle, and it's kind of like, it puts you like a little higher stakes. By the time you get to the end, you don't have as much to play with if you've managed to get yourself hurt quite a bit early on. And there may be other ways to get to rest up and gather your strength and your wits about you during the course of the thing. But it won't. You're not going to suddenly get to the 3rd encounter and if there's a fight, all of a sudden, you're in terrible shape because you're going to get knocked out in 2 hits. The adventure begins as such. You are enjoying the Preston Steel office Christmas party on the 42nd floor of Nakatomi Tower. Only a small percentage of the company has bothered to show up. You're pretty sure those that have shown up are mostly coworkers who didn't have anywhere else to go, like yourselves. Suddenly, there's a hail of gunfire and a half-dozen men and women enter the decorated conference room. Each brandishes a pistol. They herd you and your coworkers into the center of the room in no time as panic overtakes many of your coworkers. One of them, seemingly the leader, begins questioning people. After a few minutes, a man wearing pants, a wife beater, and no shoes charges into the room brandishing a pistol. He shouts yippee-ki-yay and is promptly shot to death by the intruders. One of the intruders, a tall man sporting long blonde hair, retrieves the man's pistol and checks him for a pulse. He turns to the leader and says something in a language you think is German. You glance out the door of the conference room, the 3 of you who are in the conference room, and spot Bud the janitor watching from a bit down the corridor. So you are not in the room. The man in charge of the intruders takes a middle-aged man, and he goes with another one of his intruders, and they escort this man into an office off the just out the corridor. You see them walk out the corridor, across the cross corridor into another office, and you are left in the room with 5 armed people and a bunch of rather afraid coworkers. And Bud's down the corridor.
And they haven't taken notice of me at all?
No, it doesn't appear that they have noticed you.
What's the view between this room where they have everyone gathered and that office where they took the middle-aged man?
The office where they took everybody is in between you and the conference room. So you would have to go past that room. past the office to get to the conference room.
And I thought you said office, so conference room is where they took this.
Everybody's in the conference room. They took this guy off into an office that's like they walked out of the conference room and down a corridor.
But I've got to pass through.
You've got to pass the room that the leader went, well, let's just call him Hans. The room where Hans and then the two other people went, you have to pass past that room. There are windows on these doors, but they're those little vision panels. They're just like a little narrow window. So there's, it's not a big field of vision, but you have to sneak past. The room is in between you and the conference room. And you are, by the way, describe, if you want to, whatever you want to take with you, you've got your janitorial supplies. You've got a big janitor's cart right there. So whatever you've got with you, it's a kind of up to you.
General maintenance stuff, that
right.
Sort of thing.
Well, you've got chemicals.
That's true.
As a note for people, in mergers and acquisitions, it's not a big accounting game where we're keeping track of every little piece of equipment. Sometimes you got to keep track of a few things, but generally you are assumed to have everything you need to accomplish your job and live your life the way your character is designed. So the janitor guy has a whole bunch of janitor stuff on him. These people are office workers. They've got what office workers would be carrying on them right now.
All right. Well, let me as the key negotiator. I'm going to take my wallet with plenty of cash in it. I'm going to walk up to some of these armed men and go, hey guys, listen, I know that y'all are supposed to keep us in this room, but there are some individuals who've had a little bit too much drink, and so they have to use the restroom. So here's some money to allow us just to relieve ourselves, and we'll be right back. You don't have to follow us.
Oh, text on, you don't have to follow us. Okay, give me an expectations management, a social equivocation check. That's for, this is a gigantic lie that
I
you're
should
trying
play
to
it for you. I have a problem.
get past people here.
All right. So, plus your 7, plus your 6. Oh, plus my 6.
Yeah, don't forget your
Yeah, I
other.
was like,
Were you building a dice tower?
Yes, it was. 4.
he destroyed
11.
it.
That's an 11. The fellow that you're talking to grudgingly acquiesces to your request and says, "Who needs to piss?"
Y'all better raise your hands.
I'm gonna go with them. Like this.
Holly,
Like-
Stan?
No, I'm going to scream in anguish and run to my husband who has been shot dead on the floor.
Ex-husband.
And
Estranged ex-husband.
Were they ex? I thought they were just estranged.
Well, yeah, I think they were just estranged, yeah.
So kind of all focused by the guards are kind of on what's happening in the room right now. Her scream of anguish.
Okay, so she creates a scene. You guys are getting free leave to go to the toilet.
I'm gonna go follow the toilet.
And what are you going to do while this is all happening?
While this scene is going on, I am going to, because even though I'm a janitor, I would assume I've had general maintenance, like maybe a toolbox.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So
Every so often you have to ping something back together.
Put a hammer, maybe some pliers in my belt along with some nails. And,
This will go well.
probably. And while everyone's attention is elsewhere, I'll try to sneak over to that office where they took the middle-aged gentleman and separated him from the group.
Okay, you can sneak over up next to the office easily enough. Nobody's really paying attention to you out there. What are you planning to do at the door? Were you looking to go in, or were you looking to go past it? Or something else?
Being the janitor, do I know of any other way into that office other than the door?
That office connects to a meeting room on the other side of it, and then that meeting room connects to another corridor. So there's think of it as a ring of corridors all the way around. It's not a dead end, is the point. So there's a ring of corridors that go around. There's a meeting room over there that office connects into, and then there's other offices dotted on that inside of that corridor ring.
Okay. I wouldn't go directly in the door then. I would go into the meeting room and kind of go up to wherever the passage is into that other room. And first I would listen to try to figure out what's going on.
Okay, so you start making your way around while there's distractions going on. The two of you head out on your way to the little boy's room. You are escorted by one of the people. Yeah, they're not quite buying that one, but they're letting you go. And you're joined by Stacy, one of your coworkers, who also looks incredibly panicked.
So while we're going back there, I'm going to try to talk to the guy and ask, what is going on here? Why have you, taken this guy captive, and what is going on?
All right. You, meanwhile, are screaming at the fallen body of your estranged husband, John. Yeah, he's very dead. So are you taking, is this a full round action of just sobbing at the body?
Well, sobbing at the body and groping at him and all the things that people do when they're sobbing, and I will attempt to, in all that with my awesome sleight of hand, retrieve
Something. Yes.
from the body.
All right, so you're retrieving something. So go ahead and give me a manual finesse check
It'd be a 10.
with a boon.
Ooh, nice.
So the 10 is successful. So you succeed in sleight of handing the thing that you wanted to get a hold of, and you can, with the boon, you can basically place it anywhere on your body that you can successfully hide something of that size. You didn't have to go and I wasn't going to dictate where you can go with the boon. You can put it where you want to.
I'm sure I have
Where can you stick this?
I'm sure I have a garter or something up underneath my skirt.
Sure. So into the garter it goes. You were asking the fellow that you're with, what's this all about? He says, shut up, let's go. Take your whiz and we're going back.
So he's not very communicative, no matter
Well,
what.
he's not just acquiescing to your finely worded request without incentive or intimidation.
So you know that money that Charlie had earlier, we have more where that came from.
Harry, my name's Harry.
Harry. The gentleman who asked for the bathroom, he has more where that came from, if you give us a little information.
Yeah, I can give you more.
We start stoling out more money. Okay, well, this fella, his eyes light up a little bit because he's now in a room where he's walking down the corridor with you guys and none of his buddies are around.
Think about it,
They're
your
not
buddies all
split.
around, they're not going to know to tell us anything.
Exactly.
It's just our little secret.
He says, just a little extraction, gonna grab a little something from your vault and be on our way. No one's gonna get hurt. Now go pee.
Which vault?
When he talks about the vault, you know what he's talking about.
Okay.
There's down on the 23rd floor. There's a secure vault area that's it's got one entrance. It's heavily fortified. It's security up the wazoo. It's where a lot of the really top secret.
What floor are we on?
You're on the 42nd. So down on the 23rd, there's this vault takes up a good chunk of the building or of that floor. It's Preston Steele's kind of some of their top secret projects are getting worked on in there. You know that there's primarily in electronics. So there's always some prototypes of kind of high-end, cutting-edge technology that's being worked on and being assembled in those labs.
Where are the labs again?
23rd floor. Back around, walking back around the side behind the meeting room, you get to the meeting room. It's a small conference room that doesn't look terribly different, than this room that we're sitting in right now. And you're able to get up, pressing around the door, and give me a resource identification check to listen.
Six.
6. Muffled voices. Apparently, they're not shouting at each other. It's a fairly quiet conversation, so you're having a hard time kind of catching what's being said.
But it doesn't sound like they're not torturing.
Yeah, there's no apparent violence taking place.
Okay.
How close were you to the restroom?
You're there now.
At the door or inside the restroom?
You're at the door.
All right, well, I'm going to go inside the restroom.
Okay.
Is the gun guy going to follow me?
You go walk inside the door, inside the restroom. He does not follow you.
While he goes in, I'm going to go actually behind the gunman and try to knock him out.
Okay, so you're gonna initiate combat.
This is going to go over well.
All right, for the simplicity's sake, let's go you, then me.
Okay.
And so go ahead, take a shot at him.
Physical.
Flip to my goon page.
Melee's force application.
There we go. D10. 14 with a boom.
14 with a boon will hit him. Target number 7. He's not wearing any armor or nothing to protect himself with, so it's a target number 7 to hit him with a boon. So that'll deal 2 points of damage to him. to wellness. He's very woozy from that, but he's still on his feet. Harry, what's Harry gonna do? Oh my goodness, violence!
Let's see here. Okay. Athleticism. All right, here we go. Since I'm halfway into the bathroom now.
Yeah, you're just through the door. You can easily get back out to where things are going down.
All right. Well, I'm going to grab so right inside the door, there's one of those trash cans that has, they've got the lid that's just like a big mouth in the middle. So I'm going to grab the top lid that's steel and spin around and smack him in the back of the head.
So you come walking out and you plant this big metal dome with the flappy bit.
Yep.
Right in his face. All right. Okay. Give you a hit. Force application as well for a melee attack. Pang! Upside the head. He was not impressed with your swing, and I don't know. Maybe were you impressed?
No, the boon makes me very sad. Or the,
Oh, that's a botch. That's true. That is a
I'm
botch.
It's
very sad.
going to ricochet and hit me in the face.
You're gonna cut yourself on it.
Awesome.
It's metal, so you slice your hand, the classic right down the middle of the palm, which that's the slice of the hand that nobody really should ever do. Why does anybody, when they're gonna cut themselves and bleed into the ritual bowl or whatever, that takes forever to heal because you're constantly flexing it. Top of the hand. Top of the hand.
All right, so.
I was about to say,
Yeah, like,
look at all
myself
the
damage.
muscles.
Yes, you take a point of wellness from that. But this is one of those things that, if you were to just bandage that up, you'll probably be okay with it. You just got to keep from, losing any more blood.
All right.
Thug goes, he's unhappy with you, so he is going to come out and level. He's gonna pistol whip you.
Oh.
How's that sound?
Which one of us?
That's for you.
Harry.
The one who got ball.
Harry's gonna take the pistol whipping.
Yeah, figured.
And he's barely going to do it, but he's going to bonk you upside the head for one wellness as well. Thug with the butt of his gun. And then we're back to
So,
Joseph.
I'm reminded that, I have a knife in my sheath. A hidden
Yeah,
knife.
he carries a knife.
Yeah, so I'm going to pull the knife and go ahead and give him a little stab to the neck.
But just a little one. Just a little stab to the neck. Okay, go
So
ahead.
basically, I'm going to try to, kill him.
Gotcha.
Just let them know.
This is not a knockout blow. This is.
Oh, no, this is the jugular.
That's a boon.
13 with boon.
Okay, well that's enough to you put him down.
Corporate policy is you're not allowed to bring any knives to work.
He's the
Yes,
boss.
I'm the boss. Don't forget.
So,
I didn't take the rule.
he takes a knife to the neck. You pull the knife out. It, boom, blood down the wall, into the carpet. He's looking really messy. I mean, it's just all down his side. So you made quite a mess.
Nice.
He's having a bad day.
Where's the janitor when you need him?
Cuts exactly. Where's the janitor? He's around the corner. Hey, cut scene. Back with Holly. Are you continuing to blubber, or
Where's who else is still in the room from both pros and cons?
well, you've got about 24 coworkers, minus these guys
Right.
and two people or one person that was taken out, and you've got starting to count. There are 4 intruders.
And they are just spread around pointing guns, or
They're just kind of keeping everybody herded in the center.
okay. Do they appear to be?
They're keeping everybody in the center of the room, so like nobody's, because this conference room is one of those ones, it's a big room, it's got doors on multiple sides, so they're giving nobody any access to any doors.
Okay.
So they're keeping everybody kind of herded together.
And is the center of the room just an open space?
It's a big open space, there's a handful of tables and chairs that were set out for everything, and they've just kind of clumped everybody. So some people are sitting on the floor, some people are sitting in chairs, some people are standing.
Okay. Well, if they're forcing me to herd back into the center, then I'll go ahead and herd back into the center and just sort of take a little piece off, a chair on the end, and just kind of silently, vacantly blubber to myself.
Okay, so you're gonna start just playing the part of the grieving widow. John, oh John, I miss you so. Why'd you have to come running in here with that stupid catchphrase?
Yeah, my range is terrible.
What's Bud up to?
Like in where I am, are we hearing anything of what's going on out there? The blubbering or this fight that's going on?
The blubbering has ended. You heard, the wail and scream of a woman and blubbering over something. That's gone. You heard a brief, with, some expletives being thrown back and forth. That ended very quickly, but that's not coming from the direction of the conference room. It's coming from over by the restrooms.
Well, if I don't view the guys in the room with that employee as like an immediate threat to the employee, probably best to investigate that if I heard it happening.
All right, and you find these two, and now you have a very dead intruder, with blood all over the place. What are you doing?
I'm grabbing his gun.
Okay, you grab his gun.
I have a smartphone, so first thing I'm going to do now that I have a smartphone,
Selfie.
what? I'm going to go ahead. Selfie.
Selfie next
Take a
to
picture of the
I'm
dead guy.
going to put all this, my Snapchat friends, like, hey, we got an issue here.
You're gonna get down there like next to the dead guy pointing at him.
So I'm going to call them to the 23rd floor security desk, call them, tell them to make sure they revoke every single security access they can possibly get into the 23rd floor.
Is anyone on that floor?
You can't get a signal.
Well, there goes my brilliant.
Yes, I updated a 1980s movie to a day and age when there are cell phones, and guess what?
And it's
You're
there.
still not getting any help from
Okay,
your phones.
do I normally get cell phone reception on the 46th floor?
Normally, you get just fine cell phone
Okay, so
reception
something's
here.
going on. Is there a landline anywhere nearby that is not in the purview of the intruders?
Is this an
Sure, every office.
Is this an executive bathroom with like?
No, it's just a regular restroom.
All right. Is there, so can I look around, see what the office is, and go use that phone without being seen?
Sure,
Okay. So I'm gonna go try out one of the phones and see if that gets dialed on the lead.
no doubt.
I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. That's great because this is the moment in the story where the tension builds. Oh, what are they going to do now?
All right, well then I'm going to ask Bud if he's got anything to bandage a wound on the inside of my hand. Do you have anything in your car?
Some cloths.
Do you have some relatively clean cloths?
You should have some
They all,
sanitizer.
are they all oily rags?
They're rags, but they're not oily. They're not very effective at cleaning if you just let them be oily all the time.
Sure.
That's crazy.
Okay, yeah, you can wrap your hand up, so you can get that point back.
And then while he's doing that, like in case any of them glance like in this direction at any point, I'm gonna try to clean up the scene a little bit.
Okay. Well, what are you
to
doing?
delay them finding out.
What are you
as long as
doing
possible.
with the body?
Question
And
about,
everybody can chime in.
That's a question about
The
the-
three of you can.
so
We'll get to you.
the bodies, like, are they wearing like full facial, mask and everything, so you can't actually tell who's under?
No, they look like the people in the movie.
Yeah,
Okay, so
They're all perfectly visible.
Okay.
Nobody's wearing any masks. There was a brief time when I considered setting this during a Halloween party and having masks, and then you guys could impersonate people
Exactly,
and all that kind of thing. But no, it's still
Okay.
I kept with the Christmas party.
Okay.
So yeah, no masks. You can see them all.
Okay.
I said put him in a salt.
Is there like a nearby office or room other than the bathroom, like something that wouldn't be used right away? I could stuff the body in.
Aren't you the janitor? You just lock the bathroom behind you.
Bathroom doors do not have locks on them. Cannot have locks on them.
And that
Not
might
gang
make him
toilets.
Fire code.
Gang toilets do not.
might make him suspicious anyway, as other people.
That's true.
might
Yeah,
think he's
that's what you
not.
get for having an architect GM. Nope, no locks on the bathroom doors.
Damn it.
Public bathrooms, nope. Yeah, if nothing else, there's a janitor's closet. You can just dump them.
Yeah.
Nobody goes into the janitor's closet. Who would want to go into the janitor's closet?
It's my domain. No one's allowed in my
The
domain.
computers in the office, does the intranet work on those computers?
Intra or inter?
No, I'm not saying, I don't even get up to the internet, I'm just saying, can I have any kind of connectivity on the
You
computer?
connect with somebody.
Okay, can I connect to somebody who can, on the security team?
You could connect to this is late at night, so it's and the movie, there's the lobby security.
Okay.
So you can connect to lobby security.
So I'm gonna connect under the lobby security and buzz them in. So I'm gonna buzz them in, give them a little update. Hey, we got some intruders up here on the 46th floor. Immediately lock down all security on our 23rd floor vault. They should be able to do that, right?
Comes back almost immediately. Will do.
Okay.
Roger that.
All right.
Did those gentlemen sound
It was
German?
keyboard.
In question,
It was
was that somebody's voice
Right.
I
Did the
recognize?
keyboard sound
Did the
German?
keyboard? Did they say jawohl? Did they take the jawohl?
Yeah.
No, they typed. It was will do. Roger that. Will do.
All right, so where are we putting this body?
Like you suggested, janitor's closet seemed like the perfect place to.
If nothing else, you can stick him in the mop sink so that any blood that continues to drain out of him doesn't start to pool out into the corridor. So you get rid of the body. There's still a lot of blood. The carpet it's a dark carpet. It's a typical office building where they do a lot of dark mottled colors so that stains don't show up so easily. So
Like what?
the blood in the carpet, you can tell it's there if you just kind of rub it into the carpet a little bit. It'll kind of disappear. You won't notice it. But there's a bunch of there's medium velocity spatter down the wall
Did you bring
from the
blood
jugular
cleaners?
stripe. Yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
spray
Grab
bleach.
Grab the bleach and go to work.
Bleach it down. Give me a loss mitigation check to cover up your buddy's
Cover
murders.
up crimes. 11.
11. Yeah, you cleaned it up pretty darn good.
There's still a problem. There's still probably gonna notice that there's security guys in the city.
That's going to take too long for you guys and the security guy to get back. Just pointing this out, we have 2 that walked off with another of our coworkers that are isolated in a room off from where the rest of them are. Might be an opportunity to get 2 of them out of the picture.
Can we? Well, who do we know? So we're talking about the 2 where the third guy's in got taken captive.
Yeah,
And
the ones
all I
that-
heard was muffled. Could I tell who it was at all, or did I see when they?
Do we know who that person was?
You saw who they took in.
Who was it?
Middle-aged guy.
Wait, who is he? Because I'm the CEO, so I should know who it is.
Well, kind of, sort of know all of your employees. You don't know all of them.
But he's nobody I really
in detail.
particularly care about.
He's an employee. He does a good enough job. He's no rock star.
I don't really care about my employees, so I vote for we make some kind of like Molotov cocktail dome out of your supplies and chuck it in the office.
How about we not try to burn down the entire building and let's split up?
Trying to be
Cover
a
the doors.
little subtle.
Let's cover the door. Someone, one group of 2 and one group of 1.
Okay.
I've got a gun, so I guess I could be the 1. Oh, by the way, the hand that was cut was my non-shooting hand.
Oh, okay.
Want to make sure it's fair, very important. I shoot with one hand and I swing with the other.
All right. So how about he goes one way with the gun, and then we can go the other way because we just have your hammers basically to use weapons. Does that sound good?
Do you have a weapon? Oh wait, you got the knife.
I have a knife, and he has a whole set of utility hammers.
All right.
Okay.
So this office door.
And I'm an up close and personal guy anyway, same as you. So.
There you go.
So I'll go for the door in the hallway. That's got the small window into the room. Or how big is how can I see into the room?
You'd have to go put your, you'd have to look in through the vision panel in the door. So, if you looked from further away, you could see, and then you'd have to move, and you could kind of slowly scan the room. Or if you put your face right up to the glass, just briefly, you could see much of what's inside of the room, except for those 2 corners that are.
Okay,
Oh,
that's what I'm
the
gonna
periphery.
do. I'm gonna take my smartphone and pull it up to the window, take a picture, and then look and see where everyone is situated in the room.
Okay, let's do this. Give me a manual finesse check to do that quickly and efficiently without it being blurry. Up there, stop, nice, quick, nice stop. Click, and then remove. This is Charlie in Murders and Acquisitions, everybody. He ended up in a dumpster fire that he started himself
Yes.
once and electrocuted himself in another session, trying to trying to kit bash something in an electrical outlet.
All right, so
All right, so you go up there, click.
Is it somebody who said?
did I
You take a photo.
Is it of myself? Don't forget to switch the camera around.
It's the other side of the corridor. You take the camera back out, you look at the photo, and it's a little blurry. It's kind of hard to make out. I mean, you can see 3 figures, but you can't really make out. And then the door opens.
Does it swing out or swing in?
It swings into the room.
I scream,
All right, guys, time to go. You guys are over on the other side. Is that what? Did I follow that right?
Yeah,
On
I
the
meant to
meeting
go
room
back
side.
to the meeting room.
Meeting room side. You hear from the other side. Give me information technology, or no, sorry, resource identification checks as you're listening in from that side of it.
what's the other
10.
D10.
I rolled a 10.
12.
Okay, so both of you guys hear a little bit of conversation in there. It sounds like one of the fellows is questioning your coworker, asking about codes. He's looking for a code. And then you hear someone say, "Was ist das?" And then you hear what you. All right, guys, let's go.
Which actually would really fit Harry's character anyways.
So suspecting that their attention's focused on the other door.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm gonna try to not slam the door open, but just kind of open it normally.
Sure.
And then run at the guy that I assume is still standing near the employee.
Okay, I guess we're going. We'll hang in there.
Sure, fine.
You enjoying the story? This is Charlie's entertaining.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, we'll go into combat rounds, I think, for this, because we got a bunch of people to take care of. So bodily dexterity rolls, everybody.
Bodily grace.
Bodily grace, sorry.
Need D8s.
Here it is.
Thank you.
Yep.
12.
8.
Or 10.
I can't count. Please go up. 7.
Trips over himself. Oh, wait, no, you didn't.
What do we all end with?
I had 8.
You had 10.
10.
I had 7. I moved so gracefully.
You had 8.
Yes.
All right. One of the fellows that walked in there with your coworker comes out, sees you standing there by the door, looking at your little phone,
Trying to decipher the blurry picture.
and brings a set of brass knuckles. He's got he's got a pistol in one hand, he's got brass knuckles in the other hand. He swings brass knuckles down at you, and he hits you resoundingly in the shoulder, aching your shoulder. Take 1 wellness point.
Does the one count as a botch or?
Only if I fail the roll.
Okay.
I got a 1 on the synergy die, but since I was successful on the roll, it's still just a hit.
Okay.
John.
So the one who is not the other guy, I'm
The other
gonna
guy.
go attack him.
The other guy.
I'm gonna attack him.
We're gonna kill Hans in the first 45 minutes of the game.
Yeah,
Here we go. Okay, you run at Hans. Go ahead, give me a with your knife. So this is
D10.
force application. Yeah.
Here's 10.
Ooh,
6 and a 1.
7.
That's a 7. That'll hit him.
Oh.
So you stick him, or you slice him a little bit. He's a tough guy. He's going to take a little bit to take out. Josh.
I am going to go for the same gentleman, and
Poor Hans.
he's going to get the claw side of the hammer.
Jeez.
Not messing around today.
Alan Rickman, we're sorry.
That's going to be 12.
That'll get him. Claw side.
Now at some point we can knock him unconscious to maybe have a little conversation with him.
Charlie,
Would not hurt.
come on, bring it home with a nice big failure.
Okay. Even though I'm in excruciating pain from the punch to the shoulder with my non-shooting shoulder. So
Sure.
I'm trying to psych myself up so I don't fail this, okay?
All right, well, we'll see what happens.
So, with my shooting hand, I pull the trigger right into his gut. So this is going to be that close as to hit me with brass knuckles.
Okay, so you're going to try to shoot him in the gut. Sure. Manual finesse, point blank kind of shot, so go ahead and die bump your skill up 1 to the next best die for an advantageous position. You're right there. It's not a botch.
I don't know, it's not.
So, no, it turns out this guy really knows what he's doing. I mean, this is, I don't remember what his name was, but it was the little kind of Asian guy who, you know, was
You somehow managed to
pulling
miss with the
a little bit of
barrel
martial
and
arts
his gun.
moves
You
at
guys
one
have
point.
to change your enemy.
He's that guy. So he managed, you get the gun out there, and he managed, just before you pull the trigger, he manages to grab your hand and push it out, and it misses completely. But now there's been a gunshot. Holly.
What's the reaction of the dudes when they hear the gunshot?
Guys, that's probably nothing, right?
2 of them stay like incredibly focused. They don't jump. They don't like suddenly look like they're good, like fight or flight kind of panic or everything. They just they continue to make sure everybody's heard. And then 2 of them seem to kind of freak out a little bit. And of course, your coworkers pretty much entirely panic. Oh my God! They saw gunfire earlier, and now they've heard another gunshot. So the room is in a bit of chaos. If you wanted to try something, now's maybe a better time than a few minutes ago.
Okay. So I'll get a little hysterical.
Okay.
And I'll approach one of the stoic dudes
Right.
and say, no, please don't kill us, please don't kill us. Why are you shooting us? We're not doing anything wrong. And try and get closer to him.
Okay.
Is that a...
Putting on a little performance, basically.
Is that a deception?
Yeah, that's a deception. That's social equivocation.
Not one of my better skills. And that is a disaster.
Let's see who can out Charlie. Andy rolled a botch, so let's see what happens when
A 3 with a botch.
No, yippee-ki-yay.
It's like stumble onto his gun and bump the trigger.
You get grabbed by this guy who does not buy your little performance, swung around, arm pinned behind your back, slammed face first into the wall.
Okay.
And take 1 wellness. And now you're effectively grappled. I mean, he's got you pinned against the wall, at least for the moment. Back out to the guys here. Hans takes out his gun, orders all of you, stop or more people will die. And he levels his gun at the coworker with you and shoots him in the head, and he falls over. Dead. Apparently dead.
What's this on there?
Ooh, no. There's zombie stuff later. Not in this game. Later in the demo hall. The guy out in the hall who's dealing with you, trying to shoot him in the gut, is going to take another swing at you. And that's going to hit you for 1. Wellness. Charlie. Harry is not looking good, which is perfectly acceptable, because that character was kind of a D-bag in the movie anyway. And back in the room with the rest of you, it's chaos now. You're pinned against the wall, but the rest of the people are starting to freak out. One person one of your coworkers makes a break for it, gets grabbed by one of the intruders, and kind of same deal happens to them. They get whipped around, grabbed, arm behind their back, slammed down into the ground. And then the guy stands with a foot on his back, and then focuses his gun back on everybody else and try to keep everybody calm. So it's devolving quickly into
Now you said she had
complete
slammed
chaos.
me against the wall.
Against the
correct?
wall. Yeah, he grabbed you and dragged you right near the door.
Sure.
But rather than putting you on the ground, he actually moved you off toward a wall.
Okay. So obviously I have stilettos on.
Right. We're getting to you.
Oh, okay. You were
That's
coming
okay.
back to me.
No, I'm just describing
Okay,
that because
all right.
you're the one who's witnessing the chaos there and has a chance to do
Sure.
something to react to that. John.
So at this point, Hans he absolutely means business. So I try to have a little conversation with Hans of what do you want? Maybe we can work something out to figure out what you need. Maybe we can, talk. What are you trying to get? I am the CEO. I can probably get you whatever you need.
He says we need the codes for the vault, and we need them now.
You need the codes for the vault. What will you do if I give you those codes?
We will not kill your friends.
Okay. So I can give him the codes, but as CEO, I've set the fail-safe, whereas if I give him the other codes I'm going to give him, basically electrocutes whoever tries to get into the vault.
Okay, that's...
I'm not getting anywhere near that ball.
In this game, right, in this game, that's one of the ways that you can spend synergy points is to gain, to kind of tweak the narrative. This was not something that you had ever decided before the game.
Correct.
You had actually done. You've decided to retcon
Yes.
a little bit of the narrative, that this creates a complication for them getting into the vault. Doesn't prevent them completely from getting into the vault, but makes it a little more difficult. That's perfectly acceptable, so spend a synergy point, and you in fact have done that. So you can give him a set of codes that are essentially a booby trap. So he seems satisfied with that, but the fellow up in the hallway really doesn't like you. Josh's turn.
And I guess how aware would I be of what he's actually done?
You, based on who you are, you know exactly what he's done.
Janitor's off.
Yes, the all-knowing janitor.
They were pissed off the janitor.
Okay, have your guys out there stand down now, and we'll cooperate. And I put down my hammer.
Okay, Charlie.
He doesn't hear this.
Charlie's in a quandary. He wants to succeed at an attack roll, but he's not sure if he wants to attempt an attack roll, given that it looks like this situation is being diffused, at least temporarily.
Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. Yeah, I'm sure Harry could do this. Due to the fact that I'm getting the shit kicked out of me, what I'm going to do is I am going to perform a back handspring to get away from him, to give myself more room and hope that that he doesn't come after me.
Okay, so you're getting the heck out of Dodge. All right, this will be a bodily grace check for acrobatic feats. Do you want to spend this energy point? Thinking maybe?
No.
Okay. All right.
That's my area of expertise.
Okay. So you got a reroll available.
Yeah.
Oh, what, 8?
8 with a boon. It's not the prettiest of handsprings. It's barely successful, but it does get you out of there. And in the process with the boon, you get to you handspring out a couple times and do a little cartwheel at the end, stick the landing, and are far enough away that if you wanted to, you could just get the heck out of Dodge pretty quickly. You could extricate yourself from this. You could hide. You could go somewhere else if you chose to. It's your choice, but you have to decide now. Are you going to take off, or are you going to hang with your buddies here?
I'm after I stick the landing, I'm going to be like, that's right, that's Harry. And then I just dash into a room.
Okay, so you take off.
Yeah.
All right, Andy. You do not know any of this has happened. There's chaos, and you are pinned against the wall. What's up?
I'm gonna try and stick the guy in the foot with my stilettos.
All right, that's force application. You've got. We're going to call that. Go ahead and bump up your die type for advantage there too.
Okay.
I mean, this guy's not. He's not going anywhere. He's not actively dodging. He's actually kind of purposely staying very close to you.
I'm gonna spend a synergy.
And a synergy point.
Yeah.
Here we go. Here we go. Oh!
That's the way it's supposed to be.
That's a 15.
Better of the two.
Oh, all right.
That means
Well,
you
that's
get
a 10.
That's a 10 with a boon. You put your stiletto through his foot, dealing 2 to this poor schlub. And if, with the boon, technically I gave you a point of damage on that too, but I'm going to let you do this. If you wanted to, you could remove your heel, your high heel at this point, and leave it in his foot.
Oh, me kick the shoe off.
Like, you actually kick the shoe off.
Sure.
Leave that thing in his foot, which will further.
Yeah.
Is he pinned to the ground?
So now, I'd like to point out, you're going to kick off the other shoe because you can't run in one heel. I would like to point out that the widow of John McClane is without her shoes.
Nice.
It runs in the
playing all
family.
along.
It runs in the family.
But where's the broken glass?
So we gotta get you down to pants and a t-shirt, but we're working on that. So he is screaming in pain. You still have movement available to you. Everybody else is paying attention to keeping everybody else under control. So
Is
maybe not the worst time to make a break for it, if that's what you wish to
I'm
do.
assuming that with the stiletto in his foot, he's loosed my arm.
Oh yeah, he lets go of you.
Okay, good.
He lets go of you in that process.
So I just have movement, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I will.
Unless you want to spend a synergy point for another action, but you can only do that once per turn. You
Okay.
can grab another action with one of your synergy points.
Okay, I will do that. It's going to be.
And then you have that, plus you can still move. So you could get out of the room.
Yep. So that's going to be a grab from underneath my dress.
Oh, hey, there we go.
Hello. And shoot him.
So now the barefoot woman, widow of John Clane, is brandishing a weapon.
A firearm.
And you're right on top of him. He is in incredible pain and pretty much unable to dodge well.
Is that going to be a ranged combat? Even though
It's going to be manual finesse because it is a ranged attack, but it's going to be done with advantage. So die bump up one.
I can't go up anymore.
Then it's a +2.
Seven.
With the +2,
With the
a 7,
+2.
and down he goes. Now there's a gunshot in the room. People still continuing chaos, crazy.
How many guards are left at this point?
There are 3 in that room.
Okay.
3 in my room. 1 in the hallway. And he goes down.
3 in the room, 1 in the hallway, and Hans.
And then Hans,
Yeah.
yeah.
He goes down with that. Yeah, you put him down with that shot.
Alright.
And you can move. Get the hell out. Get out of the room or get in back into the middle of the
Well,
chaos.
I'm close to a door, correct?
Yeah, you're 5 feet from a door.
Okay. I'll try to scoot out the door.
You scoot up the door as you see Harry, your favorite coworker, Harry, who has just completed a cartwheel and is now shooting around the corner right past you.
Okay.
So now the 2 of you guys, well, unless you decide to just let Harry go on his way, the 2 of you guys are together, and the 2 of you guys are together. All right, that effectively takes us out of the action sequence, unless somebody wanted to initiate something, because you guys have come to an agreement with Hans, and the fellow that's with him, who's really, really irritated.
Can I ask if the guy who's in the hallway was at least minimally impressed with my acrobatic skills?
Sure. He's going to write in his journal tonight. I met
That
this.
he saw wicked sweet backflip.
I saw
And a
this.
cartwheel.
And a cartwheel.
He landed it, yes. Sure, he'll do that. So everybody gain a synergy point for the end of the encounter. Everybody gain 1 synergy point that they must give to somebody else at the table for whatever reason you want to give a synergy point away. You give a synergy point to one of your
Everyone gets one and gives one.
Yep.
Okay, gotcha.
But you,
I'm
you
giving
just
one
give
to
one
you.
in a round robin. And everybody gets one.
You can round robin.
So, that way,
Whatever.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys are nice and fair. That's awfully nice of you. Every so often there'll be a time when somebody goes and blows a bunch of synergy points and fails horribly, and everybody will get their synergy points to him or whatever. To Charlie.
Can I go higher than 5?
No, you cannot go higher than 5. You got to use them.
thank him.
You got to use them.
I don't have one disaster.
That's true, that went pretty well, thanks.
All right, so you 2 with Hans.
So as the CEO, so I've already called down to the security. What's the typical,
Type down makes
or
sense.
what's the typical like response time that would take for security, get involved with something like this going on?
You would think that they would be up here very shortly.
Okay.
Because you typed to them. You think they'd be coming off the elevators about now.
If it actually.
Because you guys did spend a little bit of time after you typed, then you kind of went and you listened for a little bit, and he pulled his horrible cell phone stunt. And, but you've heard no elevator ding, no voices from anywhere else.
Can you tell them to come up to the top floor? You told them to go to floor 23. So they're not coming up there.
That is true.
Way to go,
So
boss.
but
Jeez.
when we go down to the 23rd floor, then the security team would in theory be waiting for us with Mr. Hollins. And he doesn't know that. He just knows that we have the security code.
You want to escort them to the elevator?
I'm thinking we try to get Hans on his own because we don't really care about the other guys. We just want Hans.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay. So
Well, you're not there,
yeah. I know.
but you've got, this is your chance. Yeah, you want to try to
Does that work? for
manipulate Hans into just
Yeah.
going with the two of you. That's your call. However you want to try.
The CEO and the man with the keys to every
you?
door.
Basically,
in
the two most
building.
powerful people in the company.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Forget the call.
the guy in charge and the guy with the keys. Okay. How are you going to do that?
I'm going to tell Hans that this only works if I can go down because I'm the CEO and I have the code, and he's the only one who has the keys and he has the thumbprint analysis. So that's the only way we can get down there is the three of us. And the way the room is set up, any more people than that, and there's like biometric stuff going on, so we can't fit any more into the room.
Okay, giant lie. All right, gotcha. Give me a social equivocation check.
And I'm going to do it.
Oh, wow.
I was going
I'm gonna
to
give
say,
it a
this might not be a bad time for us. So,
For the CEO, his deception skills got to be through the roof.
It's a
yeah,
12.
yeah. Oh, hell.
I see a 6, and
So
7.
13 with the boom.
13 with the boon, that'll do it. Hans buys your, as I'm going to call it from now on when I describe things, there's biometrics and stuff. For some reason, he goes along with that. He sends his, he starts walking with you guys toward the elevators. He sends the fellow that was with him off to, he says something to him in German.
We
And
understand.
Can I get the gist of what he said?
can you, yeah, he,
Limited German.
yeah, limited German, he knows a little German. And there he is right there, he points at the little person dressed in the lederhosen. Top Secret, anybody? In the movie Top Secret?
Yes.
I know a little German, he's right there, and there's a little guy. Just basically, get in there with the rest of them and make sure everything's under control.
So it doesn't sound like they've realized two others have wandered off out of the office workers, I guess is what I'm trying to assess here.
No, they don't appear to know what, they're apparently not aware of anything else that is
Well, I mean,
transpiring.
technically I'm not either, but like nothing sounds strange.
Right, no, he just tells them to go in there, and basically tells them to get in there and get that crowd under control.
Do we see any kind of like walkie-talkies on these security guys?
On the intruders?
Or like, form of communication?
On the intruders?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
They're carrying walkies. Little, not the giant ones that they had in the movie, but like little compact ones. No, it's actually walkies. I wanted it to be actual.
They still have
Hold
their
them up.
uses in
Hold
this
them up
day
here.
and age.
Yep. And the two of you guys.
Did he follow me, or did he abandon me?
Yeah, did Holly follow Harry?
Where are you going to?
Okay, well, we'll jump back and we'll cover that. Like, yeah, now convince her with it.
I'm
You note that she is shoeless and carrying a pistol.
Pissed off.
I'm going where you're going.
Okay. Where were you just coming from?
A fight. A bad fight. But you should see the other guy.
Where's
Joseph.
Mr. Takakis.
Mr.
Mr. Takakis.
Mr. Takakas?
Thank you, Andy. Thank you. It's not an Andy joke. It's not an Andy game until there's a poo joke.
So are we still walking, are him and I and Hans walking towards the elevator at this point?
Which, well,
So I'm asking
this
you,
conversation
where's he?
is taking while your conversation was
Okay.
taking place.
Alright.
So where's Mr. Takaki?
Down the hallway I just came from.
Did you just leave him?
Maybe.
Fucking idiot. Back that way.
Okay, you guys.
What, Holly has no faith in Bud the janitor?
I know that Bud the janitor is involved. I just know he abandoned our CEO.
So you guys get back to the corner when and you hear the end of the exchange there, where he convinces Hans to go down to the 23rd floor, and we'll get you into the vault, and we'll spare everybody's lives and get this taken care of. So you have the opportunity to at this point. So you know where they're going. So what do you guys do?
How are you following me as I go back the way you came?
How many banks of elevators are there? Is it like one central location where
There's
all the elevators
a
are?
central bank of 4 elevators.
And is there a service elevator?
There is a service elevator. It's not right in that same bank. It's like offset from it. and then there are two stair towers at kind of further on the ends of the building.
I mean, if we know that they're headed down there, I would not, I wouldn't make our presence known, so.
That's what you think.
Okay, fine.
So, well, how far away are they, and what's the approach like to where they are?
To the approach.
Are they
From where I am, if I'm going to head towards where the CEO is, what's the approach like in terms of, is it one really, really long hallway?
You
like
walk
can
down
see
the
it
corridor and you go around a corner and they're right there.
They're just right
I
there.
mean,
So
you guys are whispering.
So I could dash up
50,
to the
60
corner.
feet away.
I could dash up to the corner and go.
Yes.
Take a quick peek.
Yes.
That's what I would like to do.
Okay, so you go, you take a quick peek. You see Hans, who is injured. Neither one of you guys?
I got him with the hammer.
No, but neither one of you guys got.
No, my well,
Injured.
I'm still outside.
You're fine.
Yeah, I'm still 5.
So yeah, Hans is a little injured.
Which way is Hans facing towards me or away from me?
He's facing towards you. Well, kind of. I mean, you can see enough of his face. He's not looking right at you,
Okay.
but he's facing that general direction.
Okay.
Will they have to come towards? us
They'll
get
have
the
to go
elevator?
where they'll have to walk through where you are to get to the elevator. So you either are going to stay where you are and they're going to see you, or you're going to hide and they're going to not.
Okay. Yeah, it's in her blood. So I'm gonna shoot him. Bam.
Best laid plan. She comes. So you're over there. You guys, you both see it. You see Holly pop her head around the corner, and then there's like a couple seconds, and you can imagine a thought bubble that's happening back around the corner, and then Holly comes back around the corner with a gun and shoots at Hans. Go ahead.
Yes. That's what I'm gonna do. That is a 17
With a boon.
With a boon.
Deals 2 to poor Hans. Hans is not in good shape at all. Everything's just, your whole well-laid plan has just gone up in smoke. What do you two guys want to do? Hans just took the classic shoulder shot.
You know what? Might as
He's
well.
still up, but he's bleeding.
Yeah, follow through. I'm going to, have some nails in my patch, kind of sprinkled on and I'm going right in there.
All right.
At this point, screw it. I pull up my knife and give him a jugular
Okay,
shot.
we'll see. We'll see if you have a chance. We'll let the janitor go first.
And I'm gonna synergy for the extra. Just I want this to be good. It's gonna be 12.
That'll hit him. And down Hans goes. And Hans Gruber dies an hour into the game. What do you guys do? Now you're effectively all together for the first time.
I'm gonna slowly walk backwards to the elevator and hit the down button.
Okay, so all this is going on and you're like,
I want to do this shit. Here we go.
It's like Homer Simpson merging back into the
that's very hairy.
How are Hans's men reacting?
Well, none of them are out there. They're all off in the conference room, and they were dealing.
into the
Yeah. We'll say he did, sure.
He's like convinced him the biometric stuff. You had to go
Yeah,
there.
he was. So Hans is down, bleeding on the carpet. You gonna hide the body?
I think first
We're
we
gonna just
search-
get going.
I think first we search the body to see
He
if
should
there's
have a gun on him.
any guns or any clues of why is he doing it. We know why he's doing it. Does he have like any?
Well, we know what he's after, but we don't know.
Does he have like a cell phone
Who's he
or a
working
paraphernalia?
for?
Okay.
He should have a gun that you can grab. So
Oh, good call.
He's got a gun.
So I do take the gun also.
He's got a gun. He's got a knife.
Brass knuckles.
No, the other guy did.
Oh, the other guy, yeah. Oh, I thought, it was the, okay.
Yeah.
The
He's
guy
got a
who's
gun.
speeding up on
He's
that.
got a knife.
There.
He's got a little walkie-talkie, about yay big.
Oh, I'm sorry.
A walkie-talkie.
That big, okay.
Like 6-inch long,
Mhm.
walkie-talkie with a little antenna on it. He's got a cell phone, and he's got no any like means of form of identification or anything like that. But he does have just a folded up. He's got like a couple pieces of paper that are folded up. You'll open it up, and it's there's a technical document showing a satellite phone. Unlike any satellite phone you guys have ever heard of.
Not even
you've
my
never
secret security vault.
Oh, well, there. Yeah, he's got specs on a satellite phone that is being worked on by your company.
Okay.
Has the elevator arrived?
Somebody's like, oh, outta here.
So you guys are over there rifling through stuff, and then ding!
Have we heard any reaction to the gunshot yet?
Not. I mean, this has been moments, but no, so far. I mean, nobody in all the chaos that's been going on. Nobody has left that conference room other than Hans.
So they were possibly still trying to get things under control. So straight gunshot.
They may simply be. I mean, for all they know, that's Hans or the other guy, or not the other guy's back in there, but that's, for all some of those guys may just think that's Hans firing a gun into the ceiling to to frighten or intimidate the guy that he took out.
So now the four remaining dudes are back in the conference room.
Correct.
Where can we still hear whether or not there's screaming and chaos going on in there?
It's a bit chaotic still. Yeah, I mean, every few seconds when it starts to die down, there's another gunshot from one of you people, and that ramps everybody back up again. But you have heard the ding of the elevator.
Is there anybody in the elevator, or is it just open and empty?
You're not there yet.
Is there anyone in the elevator?
There is nobody in the elevator.
I hop in the elevator and push 23.
And just go.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm starting to worry about this guy.
All right.
I think he might be a Trojan horse.
Okay, so the group was together for about 5 minutes. You three.
Do we see him go into the elevator?
No, it's like around the corner. You guys were still back there with Hans.
So I look at Hans' cell phone and see what his phone record is to see if there's any phone numbers.
Well, first you gotta get into it.
Oh, it's a lot.
Yeah.
We don't have time for this. We've got coworkers that need to be saved. There's still dudes that have the rest of your company hostage.
I care more about my proprietary information that somebody's trying to steal than I do about a couple.
Your proprietary information is useless if all of your employees are dead.
The 23rd floor, he said that there's only like a few who came to the party. It's like 10 people out of like 10,000 workers. Oh no.
Nice to know we're expendable.
What is the janitor?
I kind of glare at him and like growl his name, Joseph, in like a very authoritative voice.
Alright, I guess. Let's see what's going on with the people.
Janitor says we're going to. So
Janitor is on board with Holly's.
Okay, so where are you going?
Then we rush back to the conference room.
Okay, you go back to the conference room.
Well, first, still generally chaos. Have they not gotten it quite under control yet?
They're just kind of now starting to get people under control, but it's a little bit chaotic.
Are we at the conference room?
Mm-hmm.
I would like to break the cap off of my pepper spray and toss it into the room. Open the door, break it off, and throw it in there and close the door.
Okay. Well, everybody's kind of clumped in the middle of the room.
That's fine.
I mean, it won't feel good.
It's gonna be a.
It's better than my solution of a bag.
Your attention is a distraction.
Okay. So you do that. You can snap it so that it's turned on and quickly throw it. And I need a manual finesse check for a ranged attack to place it.
Please don't watch this.
Who do you think you're talking to?
That's an 8.
That's an 8. All right, you put that kind of right in the middle of everybody, a little bit close to one side where some of the intruders here are, and the thing goes off. And people start and they're rubbing their eyes and they're trying. And so a handful of people now are breaking formation out of that clump to get away from the thing. You've got a number of people, a number of the intruders who are affected by it. Okay.
I'm riding the elevator.
Yeah, you're just.
So, are any, like, you said some of them were affected.
You got like half the room is going nuts.
So
from
like
getting
two of the intruders who were affected as
Yep.
well. I would say those are our priority.
Okay, so
Just a distraction.
charging in. All right, let's go around the table, just boom, 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 and then to me with the bad guys because they are very distracted, so they'll go last.
Alright, so whoever is,
Whoever's closest.
basically whoever is closest.
All right, guy with the brass knuckles and that was out in the corridor with you. He's closest.
Was he hurt? Was he ever hurt by Charlie?
Charlie never connected.
Nice.
He's on
Does
his
he know that we're actually there?
Currently, no. Currently, he can't really see much of anything right now. He's
He's
blind
one
in
of
the
the
pepper
ones that got
spray.
pepper sprayed.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. So, yep, I basically run in, charge with my knife, and take a little stab.
Okay, give me a force application.
D10.
But ooh, bad roll. I see a 1. That might be a botch.
Is that a 6 or 9?
Either one is going to be a hit.
Is going to be a hit?
Yeah, if it's a 6, it's 6 and a
Yeah, it
half.
looks like a 9 the way that's.
So that's a 10.
Yeah, it's on the odd side of the die.
So it looks like that indicates the bottom of the number.
Well, but it's on the odd side of the die. That's
Okay.
that side's
I
all
gotcha.
odd numbers.
Oh.
That's all we
Didn't
do.
even notice that.
That is useful to know. I never knew that.
Okay,
Yeah,
so that's a hit.
Okay.
That's a point to him, Josh.
I will.
Bud, the janitor.
Bud will go for one of the ones who isn't pepper sprayed.
Okay.
Whichever one happens to be nearest.
We'll say the big blonde-haired guy.
Blue eyes.
Yeah, because he's got a submachine gun.
His name is Carl.
Oh.
Yes.
7.
What's it called?
With
What's
my
Carl?
prompt to
That's Hans's right-hand man, the last one to die in
The one who died
is
by
Carl.
hung by a chain.
The one who gets shot by Sergeant Powell at the end, when everybody thinks everybody's safe.
Oh, not the one with all.
Yeah.
He comes
Okay.
charging out of the debris and smoke and everything. And Sergeant Powell, who never shoots anybody,
The Fabio hair.
who's never drawn his gun, or like did once or something. He hasn't drawn his gun in forever. Shoots. And then there's that great shot, but down the barrel, to Reginald Bell Johnson with his gun out. Yeah, Carl, the one with the machine gun. And he does have one slung over his back. I kind of kept that under wraps. We'll play that up now. So yeah, you go after Carl.
Roll the 7.
Roll a 7. That'll deal a point to Carl.
I'm gonna gun
You get to
blazing
the
as well.
23rd floor.
Come in as well. Gun blazing.
Okay. At we got 2 people that are under attack currently.
We'll spread it out. So, no, you're too close for me to shoot. And what'd you do to Carl?
I'm in melee with
Oh
him,
shit.
that's
Okay,
what
I'll go
I'm
for
asking.
one of the other 2 guys that's not in melee.
Okay.
I don't know what my shooting into melee rules are for this, but
The only time it would go bad is if you botched.
yeah. So, if it was him, I would go ahead and try it. If it was him,
Okay.
Come on, man.
Okay, so you're gonna take out one of the other dudes, one of the other random Germanic-looking Teutonic
Yes.
folk.
Yes. That is an 8.
That'll deal a point. Come back around to the bad guys. 2 guys are full of pepper spray, still getting that under control. Carl, hey, how's it going? Carl turns around and kind of slings his the machine gun off of his back and brings the butt into your face.
Rude.
Yeah, well, and does so very, very poorly with a roll of a 4. Carl is not nearly as imposing as he appears to be from his great physique. And then the other fellow that you're shooting at is going to take a shot
His
at you as
flowing
well.
blonde locks.
And you're going to take a punch.
Okay.
He hits women. Take a punch from that guy for 1 wellness. And
So there was a dude right next to me, and I shot at somebody else entirely.
no, he came after you.
Oh, okay.
He,
Was it the one that I shot, or was it the other?
The one that the shot at you.
Okay.
He's coming after you because he
Alright.
realized he just got shot.
Sure.
He wasn't pepper sprayed. So anyway, the elevator doors open to the 23rd floor. So now think of this cinematically. It's the cutscenes between chaos, 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 and then it's him with the music, and that thing opens up, and out in front of him there's kind of this elevator. It's like a large elevator lobby, and there's a series of doors, and one of them goes to the vault. But there's nobody in this room.
I test the door to the vault.
You test the door to the vault. There's a handle and like a keypad. So you go to check the handle, and the handle actually turns. And you push it a little bit, and it starts to open.
So much for the biometrics.
All right, I am.
Well, whoever's down here, if anybody, has at least gotten through the first door.
All right, my areas of expertise include stealth, so
Okay.
I'm going to try to sneak a peek inside the door.
Okay. So give me a bodily grace check to be nice and quiet while you take a look inside.
Which of course I probably won't. Probably sound like a freaking elephant coming through. 5.
At least it wasn't a bot.
Do you want to re-roll any of that?
Yeah, let's reroll.
Okay, so you're using up your stealth reroll.
Yeah.
You can reroll one or both dice. You can also throw a synergy point on top of this roll.
Let's do that. 11.
There's an 11. Okay, you pop the door open, you take a look inside, you see a group of, African fellow of African origin, who's standing at a door with a big security. It's like a vault door. It's a big, heavy vault door, and there's a security pad, and there's one of the giant turn. Once you turn it, you got it. The door's probably a foot thick, solid metal. And he's got he's got electronics hooked up to this. He's trying to hack something, get through this security, whatever's going on. And there's a fellow standing next to him who's holding the laptop that he's working on. And then there's another guy who you would think is probably guarding the room, but you happen to be very, very sneaky and catch him when he wasn't really looking your way. And he's kind of just peering over the hacker's shoulder. So you catch 3 people. John.
I continue to stab my melee opponent.
Okay. This is Brass Knuckles guy.
Yes. And then I think you took my. That is a 8.
That'll get him. Josh. He takes a point.
Gonna go for Carl again.
Poor Carl with his machine gun.
I am going to re-roll that.
Okay.
With a synergy point.
So now all of a sudden, Bud the janitor goes like full MMA fighter.
I need tossed over your feet.
That's a 6.
Throw it on the table. We'll keep the roll from the table.
Keep it.
That is 13.
13 will get him. His long blonde hair flies around as you punch him in the face.
Oh yeah.
Oh no!
With my
You're destroying,
handful of nails.
you're destroying his beautiful Aryan looks. Andy, what's Holly doing?
I'm going to scoot back from the dude
Okay.
who's come after me and shoot him again.
Bam bam.
That will be a 4. Can I do my sharpshooting?
Sure.
Okay, sharpshooting. Do I have to spend a synergy point in order to reroll?
Nope, it's just straight up. You just only one time now.
That's an 8.
That'll get him. Wing him a little bit. Classic shoulder wound. His non-shooting shoulder.
Yep. No, I definitely want to get him in the shooting.
No, sorry, no. He's got a head.
There are other roles involved in that.
The bad guys are up. The one that's remaining in the room, the pepper spray still got some people kind of debilitated, but like your coworkers have now risen up against this one poor schlub and are beating the living tar out of him. So that is effectively dealt with. Brass Knuckles,
Now it's just 3 on 3.
basically.
We can take him.
Brass Knuckles says, ooh, yeah, punch for 1. Brass Knuckles across the jaw. Carl, Coral, breaks out. Yeah, because it's Carl with you, right? Yeah, he breaks. He's still he's apparently hesitant to bust out the hail of gunfire. He's using it as a melee weapon. That's going to miss, and this other fellow on Holly is going to hit and connect with a shot for 1 wellness as well. That guy's Charlie. Got a 3 people 1-on-1. 1 person 1-on-3.
That's fair.
Have fun with that.
Just start me on there.
All right, so
Just cartwheel. Ta-da!
all right, since they do
Show 'em
not
your moves.
see me. Okay, question for you.
Mhm.
Is there Wi-Fi in the building?
Yes, there is.
All right, well, I have a laptop with extensive hacking capability.
Yeah, he's a hacker.
So I'm going to.
Bet you didn't know that.
I'm going to open up the laptop and try to hack into that hacker's laptop and try to discern how far they've gotten into the process of opening up the vault.
Okay. that's going to be an information technology check. As he does this super fast because it's cinematic and that's more fun than having him hack for 20 minutes. Holy crap! Hey, that's as good as it gets. 18 with a boon. Yeah, you hack in almost immediately. You figure out where this guy is at, getting through the vault. He's working his way through the 4th of 5 safeguards, and he looks like he's like within seconds of breaking the 4th safeguard. With the boon, you can shut him down.
Now, with the first code that we find happened to be the one that electrocutes them. And that was my fail-safe.
No, they haven't used that code. They've been hacking past systems rather than using the code to bypass things.
Okay.
Hans had 2 plans. This is Theo from the movie, it's Theo, hacking through the system. If he couldn't get information out of people, Theo would still get a chance. It would just take him longer. Okay, so with the boon, or if you've got an alternate idea what you can do with that boon, you can use the boon to basically just completely stymie him. You can use the boon to help him get through the 4th safeguard. So, build his confidence, get him where you want, kind of start to manipulate him in some way. Or if you've got some other idea of what kind of little perk you might get out of the boon, that's up to you.
All right.
Oh.
Here we go. I'm going to quickly install a program because I've got elite hacker skills. This program that I'm going to install is as soon as he hacks the last pin, it's going to go in effect and basically said that the system's reset when it really isn't reset.
Oh, sorry, he's going to think that, okay,
That he's done something wrong.
And he's done something wrong and it's suddenly completely reset. Okay. John. Stabby, stabby, stabby. Poor brass knuckles guy.
14 with the boon.
That's going to put brass knuckles guy down.
There we go.
Thank you.
Josh.
All right, Carl.
Carl's getting punched in the face.
Uh-oh.
And I don't have my brawling reroll anymore, so that's 3 with a botch.
Whoa, botch time. Okay, you go to, what were you doing? You're brawling.
I was using my handful of, nails.
Oh, good. You punch at him with the nails. Carl brings up his machine gun to block you. You put the nails right into the machine gun. The machine gun stops the nails. The backs of the nails tear flesh off the palm of your hand. 1 wellness.
I figured.
1 wellness for you.
Had to happen sooner. Because that previous one I re-rolled was a fail with a botch as well.
And Andy.
Shoot him.
Sure.
It's going to be just a one-on-one here.
Just keep backing away from him.
That's a 16.
That's
with
gonna
a
put
boom.
that's gonna put him down.
Alright.
And we get back around to the bad guys. All there is left is Carl. The other one's getting, like I said, pummeled to death in the middle of the room.
Who I just embarrassed myself in front of Carl.
Yeah. Carl is going to attempt to. Yeah, he thinks he's actually kind of got the upper hand on you because you've hurt yourself. He's gonna roll 4. Wow, Carl, you suck. He's as good at fighting as anybody can be in this game, and he's rolling. Well, that's a botch.
Yeah.
Um,
So is it off the block? The momentum of the gun hits him in the face?
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll just we'll trade wound for wound that way. He manages to hit you. Go to hit you, and you go to block it away, and the other end of the rifle swings around and tears across his face, and now he's got a big scar across his face from the barrel of the machine gun. As you batted the butt end away. Charlie, you have installed your software. Now what are you doing? Okay. Oh, Theo gets through the next.
Okay, so he thinks it's reset.
He thinks he's gotten through the 4th.
Right. So he's unlocked all of them, right?
He's got to get through 5. He's got to get through 1 more. So he continues hacking on that, but he's very close.
Okay.
And you can hang out, or you can do because I kind of think I know where you're going. You're what you got, but you kind of have to wait for him to get through the 5th
Right. Let me think.
wall. John, your turn. Carl's the only one left standing in your room.
All right. So instead of trying to do the stabby stab, I'm actually going to try to restrain Carl so he can maybe have a little question and answer session with Carl.
Okay, so you're going to go try to wrap him up.
Yep.
Give me a manual finesse check to grab hold of him because he's over there flailing around with this machine gun. He's trying to beat the crap out of it.
The fight is very graceful
Where is it?
right
Oh,
now.
it's right here.
Yeah, I'm doing a synergy one on this because this is going to be rough. D4 for my manual finesse.
2, 5, and a 5.
Yeah, no bueno.
It's 2 and a 3, or 2 and a 3.
Oh, I gotcha. Oh, so that's a 5. Yeah, you don't grab him. Josh.
So if I can botch a third time. Well, it's a 4, but it's not a botch.
Hey, Carl's a tough man.
Carl's taking a beating. He's hanging in there. Andy. Bang bang Carl? Oh, I mean, shoot Carl. I shouldn't be asking. Are you going to
Bang
Carl?
Something about that, the way his hair floats through the air.
Oh, he's a
And
good-looking man, and now he's sporting a scar.
And he is hurt.
He's pretty hurt. He's been hit a couple times.
Okay, I'll do the since obviously we're trying to restrain, I will move up and just right in his face.
Okay, so this will be again that point blank kind of thing. So you bump your die type up for maybe.
No, not to shoot him.
Oh, not. Oh,
To be like,
yeah. Okay, you're looking to
Altenzi,
intimidate him down off the edge.
Altenzi, ein Douchebag. So, is that going to be
Well,
diplomacy?
yeah, essentially. I mean, intimidation isn't its own skill. It's a question of how you intimidate. If you do it physically, we roll physical skills. If you do it by telling a giant lie, it's social equivocation. If you are dead serious, like stop or I will kill you.
Oh, absolutely.
That's public speaking. That's a diplomacy thing. That's your force of will. Diplomacy. You're telling him exactly what you mean. So that's a 10 against him. To see how does he respond to that. He stands down.
Because there are 3 of us after all.
Yeah, well, he's now gotten a good glimpse. There's 3 people on him. He's gotten a glimpse of what's going on around him. He's seen that his other 3 guys are out of the fight. At least they're at least knocked out. He's not sure how everybody is. So he stands down. Go ahead. We'll let them do some stuff so some time passes to deal with your situation. So you've got Carl with a machine gun in his hands.
Take off the pantyhose and use it to bind him.
I like that idea, yes.
So you bind him by the wrists.
And ankles.
Oh, you hog tie him up. All right. Does anybody take the machine gun?
Absolutely. Like I wouldn't carry it, but yeah, definitely make sure it's not on him.
Okay.
I have terrible manual finesse, so I'm not taking machine.
I'm reasonable at it, so
Mine's really good.
But you already have a gun, so.
Well, yeah.
So I'm gonna.
I just need to know who has it. It's important.
But we'll
Okay.
keep it on.
So, okay.
So what is going?
Do you want to say the line?
I can't remember it well enough. I would just embarrass myself.
Now I have a machine gun.
Oh, now I have a machine gun.
Ho, ho, ho. That's the title of the
So this one we still don't know that there's this other event going on. We don't know there's actually a second party that they have.
Not specifically. You know that you were heading to the vault apparently to get in,
Yep.
but you don't know what was going on
But
there.
I would say at this point, did anyone contact security, and if so, where are they?
Wait, what?
Did you contact security?
If you where are they?
Yeah. I'll go with that.
Like,
He's asking you.
yeah.
I don't know where security is.
Well, I was asking obviously what I'm getting at is if someone contacted security and that
Why are they here?
they're not
Yeah.
here, that implies that.
So we have a little question. First off, did you do something to a security team? And secondly, what is your master plan and who's working with you?
Your security is dead.
Your security. Okay, who else is working with you? Because I know you can't be alone. You can't have done this on your own.
There are many of us.
Can you be more specific than that? Is there anybody else in the building who we need to be aware of? As we're holding a gun to his head.
Of course there is.
Where are they right now?
Dude, that's gonna be like a chat or something.
If all has gone according to the plan, they are stealing from your vault and leaving
So now we know that there are people on the 23rd floor.
Yes.
No, there's not.
Because you have a walkie-talkie, right? Maybe you should have a little call down to them that they can stop, or we will kill you.
That is, they will not stop.
Let's find out. Give him a call. On your walkie-talkie.
His hands and feet are tied. He can't hold the walkie-talkie to his head.
I hold a walkie-talkie to his head. Give him a call right now, or my friend over here gives you a nice little shot to the head.
He begins speaking in German.
So you're saying he's not really responding well to my drinks?
Well, he begins speaking in German, so you don't know what he's saying.
Can I pick up on it? Limited German, so I don't know how much I can pick up on. But
He says, in German, essentially, all has fallen apart here. If you have the satellite phone, go. There are others coming down now.
I pop him and move towards the elevator.
Okay, Carl's dead. We'll just glance past that. Carl gets shot in the head. And now his pretty blonde hair is all matted with dark red, soon to be brown stains of blood. And you guys go to the elevator. Click.
Can we try our cell phones again, see if they're still being blocked?
Still being blocked. Downstairs, Theo gets through the fifth fire, or the fifth security measure. And he and his buddies opened up the big old vault.
So they didn't fall from my trick.
Oh, crap, that's right. I apologize. Yeah, they open up the, they get past the fifth, and then he says, Scheiße! Although in the movie, he's not German. He says, crap, and he starts, just hammering away at his keyboard trying to figure out what the hell just happened, and the other two guys are looking, you're outside the door kind of listening. I'm assuming you're not actually with your head through the doorway again right now, so go ahead.
I'm going to bust in. I'm going to use a synergy point.
Okay.
Because I'm going to do deception.
Okay, you're going to try something?
Yep. I bust in going, whoa, guys, just talk to Hans. And shit's really gone south. We got to get out of here. Now. Like, we got to leave. Now.
Okay.
7
And a 6, that's a boon. That's a 13 with a boon. The two guys that are in there with Theo, with the hacker, one of them like starts walking out the door. The one that was just standing there. The one that was holding the laptop kind of fumbles the laptop back into Theo's hands and starts to move as well. Theo says, not that you know his name is Theo,
Right.
says, what's happened? We were almost there. They've changed their security their security measures. I'm locked out again. This is going to take time. We have to leave. We're abandoning.
Yes. We'll have to try another time.
Give me another roll. Synergy point if you want to. You've been sitting on it for a while from all those giant failures earlier.
7.
It's a 7. Well, that'll be enough to, you basically needed to convince him again. He unplugs, not leaving his laptop behind, and he starts heading out. And what do you do?
I like the door behind him.
Okay. They walk out. You lock the door. Now what? You guys are
We're still on the
getting on the elevator.
Yeah.
I go right up to the vault and open it up.
Okay, because it's actually open.
Yeah.
You go up there, you override the little fake, making it look like it's closed up. You open up the vault. Inside you go. It's this gigantic. It's the size of like 3 times the size of this room. There's all sorts of lab, tech lab kind of layout. It's a clean room. It's like when you open the vault, you feel it. The air pressure difference. And it's static free. You have to walk across the mats as you walk in. Or actually, the room that you were in had the static mats in it. You get inside and there's, just all sorts of stuff laid out, including, the way no one would store this kind of stuff, but they do in movies, which is to say the really cool pieces of the tech that they're working on are out in cradles, like clear for everyone to see.
Like
and
a little light shining down on.
And there's this there's a light, and there's dramatic music as you walk in, and there's this satellite phone among other things that's sitting on a table.
It's just sitting on the table.
It's just sitting there.
Well, I walk up to
Okay.
and then walk back towards that door that I just locked.
Right.
And I unlock the door.
Okay.
And then how close am I to the stairs?
I mean, you can just bolt to
I'm bolted to the stairs.
that. You're not in the center of the building, right at the elevators. You're off the elevators, so the stairs are. It's elevators, vault, stairs are over here.
All right, I'm bolted to the stairs.
You bolt to the stairs. The group of you gets off the elevators, walks out into the corridor on the 23rd floor. Everybody give me resource identification checks.
Including me?
Nope. Actually, we're gonna give me a bodily trace.
Oh, great.
14. I used this energy point also.
This is for you running.
I know.
Okay.
I had to find the details.
7 with a boon if it's good enough.
So 8. What did you get?
14.
7 with a boon.
13. The two of you see Harry running as he rounds the corner into a stairwell.
Harry, stop! Why are you running away? So I tried using some kind of social diplomacy to get Harry to slow down and have a little talk with him.
Well, when it's amongst the PCs, it's all role playing. You don't get to just
So-
roll a die and impose your will on the character.
So I'm assuming that
You hear somebody shouting after you.
Hey, Harry,
have I stopped?
It's up to you.
I keep running.
You keep running. So
Yeah.
down the stairs.
No,
down
wait.
the stairs.
I'm like, they've got a bomb! And I keep running through the stairwell.
Okay. Now, the three of you need to play dumb.
We can't know yet.
You don't know he has the phone. You don't know that whether there is or isn't a bomb. Harry has just told you there's a bomb, and he is running to save his life. Based on what you know about Harry and everything that's going on here and your characters, what do you do?
I'm gonna run after Harry assuming there's a bomb.
Okay.
I'm following him because he knows there's a bomb. So I assume he's.
Do you still have the radio?
Walkie-talkie.
Yes, I do still have a walkie-talkie. I did take the walkie-talkie.
Okay, so I'll agree, yes, please, call up the radio to tell everybody to get the hell out of the building.
Good idea. Yeah. So I did
All
that.
of your employees that you were willing to sacrifice anyway.
Well, I can do both at once now. It's fine.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so you're running and you're up there talking on the walkie-talkie, and that's getting the attention of somebody up there because there are
Well, there's
multiple.
walkies laying around.
There's multiple walkie-talkies laying around up there, right? And you start screaming into their, everybody evacuate the building.
Does my cell phone work on the 23rd floor?
Well, are you calling someone on your cell phone first, or are you calling on the walkie first?
I'm gonna do the walkie first.
Okay, so you're doing that right now.
So Theo and crew are nowhere in sight.
You don't. Yeah, you don't see it anywhere.
So I just know that Harry's running away, and there's been talk of a bomb, and he's radioing up to warn everybody. So yeah, I would run in the direction Harry's running.
Okay, so you guys, you take off.
Yeah.
Ollie takes off as well. Harry's out in front. By the time you guys hit the stairwell, he's down a couple floors, and everybody down to the parking garage level. You had a choice. You can go to the lobby level or the parking garage level.
Well, you're first, so which way are you
Yeah,
going?
which way do you go?
Lobby.
You go out the lobby. You see, you exit out of the stairwell into a little side corridor, and there's like a body of a security guard lying there. You run out into the lobby, and there's nobody at the security desk. And the doors are up in front of you. And
I'm gonna try to run right through the doors.
okay. You gonna open the door? Try to open
That's
the
what
door.
I meant.
Okay.
Crash through it.
All right, fine. There's do this for me. Give me a D6 roll. You want evens. Evens are good. You run and you hit doors that are still locked.
Go security.
That slows you up a little bit. You guys continue down a little bit. They're kind of catching up to you. We're, cinematically, the camera shots back and forth between him running and you guys now running, catching up. Now you realize, okay, the doors you just tried to open are locked.
Open up my jacket pocket and pull out my lock picks and start getting.
Okay, so you're gonna pick the locks.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Give me a systems management check. You're gonna manage that system into the open position,
Yep.
the unlocked position.
13.
Click. It's really just you've got the the little key lock at the bottom. It's not a turnkey because this is a front lobby to it because it's actually you have to pick. So you're down there at the base, you know.
Yep.
Click out. By the time you get done doing that, you head out the door. You guys hit the lobby, see the dead body, come out to the lobby, see him fleeing out and a door closing behind him. So you've caught up to him a bit, but he's still on the outside.
I'm gonna flee the building. When we get outside, call the police.
Okay, so you get outside and go where, just start checking your phone, looking for as soon as you got a signal.
Kind of knowing what I know about Harry, if I accept this bomb story, I'm going to assume he's headed towards the safest possible place. I'm going to stay on
Or
him.
just getting out of the building is the safe.
I'm following all of that, same thing, and I'm now switching over to my cell phone, kind of like having to call, the police. Yeah,
Okay.
hey, there's a bomb.
But I'm
So-
also going to keep an eye out for, there's still people in the building, and then be prepared as people flee to try and maybe help them as they come out.
Okay, so Harry runs. You guys chase kind of after him in the same general direction he's going. The two of you call the police. That all goes, you report it. You call 911, you report what's going on, calling it a bomb threat essentially. You get a safe distance away from the building. Harry continues. No bomb goes off.
And he's continuing to run.
And he continues to get the heck out of here. And essentially what happens is you don't know that he's stolen anything, but he has. And the Nakatomi Plaza, much unlike what happens in the movie, does not feature a series of explosions because there was no bomb. All of the people are rescued out of the building. They're treated,
Except for John McClane.
and the poor fellow that got his head shot in by Hans Gruber in the office, and a handful of people that you guys murdered. And that ends the story. But if we were to continue this story now, it's a question of whether or not, what Harry is going to do with his stolen merchandise. So that's the end of Now I Have a Machine Gun. And you got a machine gun.
Yep, it's true.
Hooray.
So that was your secret? That you
Yeah, that was my secret agenda.
He was.
Is this going down to the 23rd floor? I was
Do we
like,
wanna-
something's going on.
Do we want to throw the secret agendas out there a little bit so everybody can now think back to the game, like to see why people played their characters the way they did?
My secret agenda was you've been planning to leave Preston Steel for some time. You've been biding your time until you can find a way to bring some proprietary information or object to your next corporate home. The arrival of the rival agents provides you with the opportunity to steal the sat phone prototype for yourself and take it to the highest bidder. You're willing to bring others on board, but only as long as you get a double share of the profits. And I didn't want to share any of the profits, so I did it by myself.
Well, actually, we'll go Holly.
And this was something that I was not sure, I was contemplating, but I decided not to go down that path.
Okay.
You've been exceedingly loyal to Preston Steel, but this is a facade you secretly wanted to leave, but you weren't sure where you might go. You've burned a lot of bridges in the past. You're willing to make deals to advance your own plans, but hide a contempt for Harry Ellis. He's useful, but you don't think you can trust him. You know your ex-husband normally carries a pistol in a holster on his right ankle.
Which is why she threw herself on the body and managed to sleight of hand.
So the whole time, because of the chaos and because I had this gun, and when I ran into you in the hallway, I really was sitting here thinking like I should just shoot him. Say that he died as a consequence.
Oh goodness, another
Like,
casualty.
no, I don't want to get too much into PvP right now, so
Okay, what's Joseph Tagaki's?
So I'm not actually the boss. I'm a decoy, and the actual boss is Bud the janitor. And I also go along with anything Bud the janitor says. So like when I went to go run away from everybody and say screw it, you're like no.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's
there
why
were a
I
couple of
growled
times.
at
There were a
him.
couple of times that Josh basically told John what to do, and John acquiesced.
I kind of like that type of better.
that was fun.
So that was, something that happens in the world of mergers and acquisitions is that people in positions of power and prestige will puppet master from behind the scenes. They will, perhaps take on a different role, and they'll have some decoy in their place. That's somebody that, if somebody's going to go gunning for him, that guy's going to get it. Now, Joseph got paid very well. Joseph is the CEO is richer, but Joseph is quite wealthy.
Well, and depending on how
and lives a
things-
very good life for risking his life on a daily basis.
Well, like depending on how things had gone, like I was thinking, I could threaten his golden parachute, like if it came down.
Yeah, if you had decided to go rogue, he could start.
If I went after the sat phone too, if you do the deal.
Yeah, so it was set up in such a way that there was probably no way that everybody was going to get what they wanted. Like people were going to die, or somebody was going to steal the sat phone and somebody else didn't want it to happen, and so everybody was a little bit at odds with each other.
And of course,
Which is certainly something that can happen in the game, and it's not something that happens a lot, because the group, you can certainly play Murders and Acquisitions completely cooperatively, or you can play it with a little bit of these animosities back and forth toward each other, where people aren't necessarily out to kill the other characters in the group, but are perhaps occasionally willing to throw them under the bus a little bit to prevent them from getting an upper hand in something, or whatever it may be.
It really was like a 49-51% chance of winning that. She was just that close. I was
You should have shot him.
yeah, and with Bud, there was a little more to his secret agenda. Like, you seek to protect Preston Steel, its employees, and its efforts at all costs. However, you won't put others in danger unless you have to.
So-
Which is why I stood down with Hans initially, and
Okay.
you know, a couple of other little things.
I got my agenda.
All right, yeah, pick up his headphone. All right, well, that's a game of Murders and Acquisitions, and sort of a kind of a weird themed version of it. I hope everybody had a good time. I hope all of you enjoyed watching it.